For this video, I'm going to be playing 2 games, win or lose, on Crusader, specifically what I call Coldplay Crusader because it's very yellow. Now, specifically, this is a token Crusader list where you are trying to take advantage of Resolute Ally, and as such, everything in the deck has willpower in it so that it's 100% trigger rate. Not much else in there is really a surprise or anything to write home about, so we're going to go ahead and just jump into 2 games. Deck list will be in the video description. And I'm going to try, this is going to be hard, gang, I'm going to try to play through 2 games here without being too annoyed. I just played through 2 games, and 1, I went 2-0, but 2, they were really good games, like the sorts of things that like I would be excited to put on YouTube, and for whatever reason, OBS decided to record 0 audio, like at all. Not my microphone, not the game audio. I didn't change any settings in OBS. It just literally decided, hey, I don't believe you want audio for your video. So I am re-recording with this particular list in hopes that we can recreate some of that magic. I'm not even really upset that the list went 2-0. I'm more upset because they were good games. They really like showcased, I think, what the deck is good at and how to kind of like pilot it properly. So more than anything, I think that's what I was upset about.
Wait, did you hear that?
We're gonna do this just because I want to draw the card. Technically, playing Marked Man there would have also gotten us like more damage on the board, but
As long as I
well, that also kind of ruins the next game plan, which was going to be like a Cloud Rest trade. Instead, I'm just gonna have to do this, I guess. We continue trying to protect that 5th Legion trainer for as long as we can, while also making us, you know, relevant in the shadow lane. We were trying to, I guess, bait them over there. Ooh, a lot of different ways that we could go about this. Now, the reason I say a lot of different ways is because we do have this Cloud Rest Illusionist, which would keep things alive, but Marked Man plus Resolute Ally means we could buff this entire lane. It also means this survives this trade, but then I also get to push a lot of damage face. And we can also... Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is...
leave.
I'm going to pop this.
Wait, did you hear that?
We're going to go with another defenses over here into a Resolute Ally.
Steadfast, brothers.
And wow, okay, just get the shit. Oh, so like, okay, we get a win. But that game was so fast, like it's not nearly as cool as the ones that I just recorded for you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to not be bitter. I really am. Hey, we got a victory, gang. There you go. You got to see the deck explode onto the board. Beat what I can only assume was some form of mid battle mage. Maybe it was Prophecy. They did play the Protector of the Innocent. We actually saw so little of that deck, I don't even know what we just beat, but whatever. We did what we did. So we're going to go on to game 2 here. Like I said, I'm going to try to not be super salty. I think we throw these back. If this is against the... It actually, I don't think it matters what kind of monk we're up against. I think monk is just a bad matchup for us in general, if I'm being honest. Because if it's move monk, then they can dodge our attempts at trying to trade. If it's the combo monk, they've got a great way of stabilizing and flood the board. And if it's like strike monk, the monk Mike's... Monk Mike? Yeah, the Monk Mike! The Monk Strike, Swift Strike combo can gain so much health that it can be difficult to deal with, so... I suspect that no matter what we're playing against here, this is going to be a bit of a rough one for us. And it also, sadly, it looks like our opponent is having some connection issues. It's not once, but twice we've seen the waiting for opponent to reconnect. Maybe they're on mobile and they're having some mobile issues. It happens. Maybe they're on mobile, but they also keep minimizing the app to pop out and see if I'm streaming to stream snipe me. But right now I'm recording for YouTube, so I'm not live. I know that sounds like really conceited, but the reality is you'd be surprised how often I play against people and like they're slow in the first like 2 turns and then things go fine. And it's usually because they're hunting to see if I'm live. It's just nature of the beast. But no, this might just be legitimate connection issues. Which would just be like the icing on the cake. If I get a victory here as well, and it's from my opponent disconnecting, that would just be perfect, right? Like I have 2 great games recorded, but due to a technical issue, I can't share them. And then I proceed to go 2-0 to a like turn 4 concede followed by a disconnect. That would just sum up this recording session in a nutshell. And don't get me wrong, I will put this on YouTube if this is the case, because I want somebody to share in my misery. But yeah. It does look like we are running into some connection issues here for our opponent. Here I think we play the Kiva over the ally. Still gets us 3 damage on the board. Sets us up with a better ally next turn anyway. But also, I think that we're going to end up getting a win from a disconnect here, so. I will say, as far as like yellow token decks go, this is a pretty fantastic addition. Well, let's actually do this. It would be ultra greedy with our ally for next turn. This having 4 health with so many ways to buff the attack power of it means that this trades very well. Like, it doesn't have ward, and it still, you know, can like die to execute, but outside of that, this is a very resilient threat. It fights for field lane incredibly well. But anyway, that's it. 2 games, win or lose, gang. Wow, that is not the kind of content I was hoping to share, but as I said, I'm going to put it on because I need you to understand exactly how rough that went. I did go 2-0, but we got no audio, so I can't use it. And then I proceed to have those 2 games. But I guess technically that means this list is now 4-0, so here's another look at the list again. There will be the deck in the video description if you want to check it out. Not a lot to necessarily write home about. It's pretty standard, what I would consider to be like yellow token Crusader. You're trying to make use of Resolute Ally because if this is, you know, even if it's hitting 2 bodies, which is pretty easy to do when you hit 3 Magicka, hitting 2 bodies means that you paid 3 for a 5/5's worth of stats, with 2 of it being potentially charged. That's massive. It's a very powerful play. So maximizing that, and then you still have great utility out of cards like Oculatus Agent. Like I said, Wily Kiva fights for the field lane very well. You can still get a lot of stats out of Rift Thane. Good card draw. I'm running 3 copies of Priest and only 1 Ulfric's Housecarl. I like this as a 1 of when you're in a 50 card list, but still 3 Crusader's Assaults. Questionable includes or things you might want to shuffle around or move around. Varen, a lot of people like. I'm on the fence about, but he's mostly in here because at a minimum he's got quality stats for the cost and can sometimes help in the aggressive mirrors. Tyr is in here just because he's a fantastic like prophecy trigger, but is by no means a requirement. This could easily be another 4-drop. Could be another Housecarl if you're the kind of person who likes to run 2. It could be a 5-drop if you want to run like 1 Phalanx Exemplar. That's also entirely reasonable, things of that nature. But for the most part, this is pretty straightforward. It's what you would expect out of tokens. And yeah, anyway, I'm sorry about the games, guys. I feel really bad, but that's That's just how it goes sometimes, and I don't have it in me to play more with this particular deck because I feel like this recording session is cursed. So we're going to call it here. If you made it this far, I love you, I appreciate you, thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.